back to another episode of the 3 Point Channel. I'm Owen Durham, along with my co-hosts Liam, James, and Nolan. We have a live audience in studio today. Today we will be talking about the 2025 contenders for the NBA Finals. I'll start it off with James.
So I think the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win the NBA Finals this year in 2025 because they didn't have a great run. They had the 1 seed this year, but were too young to win some playoff games. So this year, now that they've had some experience in the playoffs, they're going to make a run with SGA and Chet and Jalen Williams and win some games and win the finals.
How about you, Liam?
I think the Celtics will repeat this year. Obviously, they just signed Derek White and Jason Tatum on contract extensions, so they should be good in years to come. And I think this duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is unbeatable. And then also you have the great defense by Derek White and Drew Holiday. And then you have obviously the defensive presence of Kristaps Porzingis, basically limiting any chances at the rim. What do you think, Nolan?
Well, I think the Nuggets are going to come back and win the 2025 NBA Finals because with them just drafting a young star, DeRozan Holmes, and with Jokic, Jamal Murray, and other young people like MPJ, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Reggie Jackson. I think they'll go far and win the NBA Finals this year, and they have experience.
And Paul.
So I have a question. How do you think Alex Caruso is going to impact the Oklahoma City Thunder and help with their defense?
I bet you he'll be a big helper in scoring like 10, 15 points a game and getting a lot of steals and a
Good role player.
Yeah, a good role player.
Great.
Where do you guys think the Mavericks are going to go after becoming runner-up in last year's finals?
I'll take this. Well, obviously Luka Doncic is a great talent, but other than Luka, there's not too much talent besides him. And I don't think. Kyrie's getting old, and Luka's.
Yeah, I think Kyrie will start to fade this year.
And their chances are running out with Kyrie getting old.
Houston jersey?
What do you think about the Knicks and them picking up Mikal Bridges?
Well, I think they'll be pretty good, but I think they're just going to sell in the playoffs as always.
I mean, Jalen Brunson's good, but I just don't think they can get to that elite level of a championship team.
So I heard you think the Thunder are going to win the championship. How do you feel about them maybe over-competing against some of the greatest teams right now in the NBA, like the Mavs, Nuggets, and Timberwolves?
I feel like they'll go to Game 7s or Game 6s and win the series.
Spartans jersey.
So you said you thought the Nuggets were going to win it. Do you still think that even though they lost two good role players in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Reggie Jackson?
I think they'll still be a very good team because they just drafted DeRozan Holmes. And Jokic is obviously a very good player, very good start. And Jamal Murray can shoot, and he'll do great. And I think they'll go far and win the finals.
Jersey.
So one team that I haven't heard you guys talk about a whole lot so far that I think could potentially win next year, the Orlando Magic. They have a very balanced roster with young guys like Paulo, Franz, and Mo Wagner, and then they have experienced veterans on the team that can kind of be like role players, that could also be role players like Jonathan Isaac, Gary Harris, Jalen Suggs. So what do you think about the Magic?
I think it just depends on how Paulo plays. Because, I mean, he's going to be, probably the key part of their team. I mean, he's a leader on that team, and now we'll just see if he can pull it off in the playoffs. Obviously, they had a really devastating playoff Game 7 against the Cavaliers. But we'll see what happens next year.
That's all for
That's all.
today's 3-Point Channel. We'll see you next time, and thank you to our live audience.